So we are live on our YouTube channel and we are also recording this session. Well, I think it's 3 p.m. now and our attendees will keep joining us. So a very good afternoon to all our attendees, students, parents and educators, and a very warm welcome to Mr. Aniket Sule. Without any further ado, I would like to give it over to you to carry forward the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me share my screen and
Yes.
start. Uh, just a minute. I think I have to stop share and do again, then only it will work.
All right. Meanwhile, here's a quick announcement to all the students that you all can also use the Q&A feature below to post your questions, and they will be taken towards the 10 to 15 minute end of the session. Thank you.
Hi. Now, are you able to see the single slide, or are you seeing multiple slides?
Yeah, I think I can see multiple slides with one single slide also.
Okay. Then probably I have to change the window. Yes. Yeah. Now it is okay.
Yes, now it's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So welcome. So I'm going to briefly tell you about the Indian Astronomy Olympiad and in general for all the Olympiad. What is the procedure for participating in it? Uh, so in general, our center, Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education, which is part of TIFR, we conduct 6 different Olympiad examinations every year. I'm dividing in three categories. So first, I will talk about the senior level science Olympiads. By senior, I mean students in class 10th, 11th, and 12th. So they happen in 4 different subjects: astronomy, biology, chemistry, and physics. The eligibility for that is class 12th or lower. That is, if you are appearing in class 12th, you can still appear participate in Olympiads. But if you have already passed class 12, then you cannot appear. Age should be between 15 to 20 years. Uh, Sorry, no, it is not or less. It is age between 15 to 20 years as on 1st July. So, for example, for the next year, 2021, you should be born between 1st July 2001 and 31st December 2005. And to participate in Indian team, you should be Indian passport holders. If you are a OCI card holder and you are studying in India, you may participate in the Olympiad exams in India, but you cannot be part of the Indian team. The syllabus for these subjects is respective subjects up to class 12th CBSE. Now, this is for the slightly senior age group, that is class 10th, 11th, 12th. For junior students, that is between in class 8th, 9th, and some class 10 students, we have Junior Science Olympiad, for which eligibility is class 10th or lower. So, age group is between 13 to 15 years. For example, in 2021, you should be born between 1st January 2006 or to 31st December 2007. Again, Indian passport holder rule applies. Syllabus will be science and mathematics up to class 10th CBSE. Then HBCSE also conducts mathematical Olympiad. For that, eligibility is class 12 or lower. There is only one age group. There is no junior and senior. So any student between class 8 to 12 can appear. Uh, Age should be again 20 years or less. And syllabus for Maths Olympiad is these topics: number theory, combinatorics, uh, Euclidean geometry, and algebra. This is different from the school level mathematics. That is why I have mentioned this separately. So how do you go about participating in these Olympiads? So typically, in a typical year, next 2021 is special because of the corona pandemic. I will explain the process for next year slightly later. But in typical year, uh, the exam happens in 5 stages. So first level exam, which happens in November of the previous year, they it is an open exam in which more than 20,000 students in each subject appear. In some subjects, that number can be also up to 40,000 or 50,000. And this exam is conducted by Indian Association of Physics Teachers (IAPT) in more than 1,400 centers around the country. The second level exam happens in January for top 300 to 500 students selected out of those 20,000 students, and it happens at 18 centers around India, and it is conducted by GCSE. From these 500 students, we select only 50 students to appear for uh, the third stage, which is a selection camp at HBCSE in Mumbai, uh, which is where they stay for 2 to 3 weeks, learn from some of the best scientists in the country, and also participate in selection tests. From this, the top 5 students are selected. That becomes the Indian team for that year for that subject, and they first receive a pre-departure training, and then they go and participate in the International Olympiad. So this is again the same explaining in a bit more detail. In typical year, again I'm repeating, this is not for applicable for the coming year 2021 because of the corona pandemic, but in typical year, the first stage is called National Standards Examination in respective subjects. So it will be National Standard Examination in physics or National Standard Examination in chemistry and so on. It is open to all. It is conducted by Indian Association of Physics Teachers. The fee for that is 200 rupees per subject only. Uh, and it is typically conducted on 4th Sunday of November, for which enrollment has to happen between 15th August and 15th September. Uh, then from that, the second stage, this students are selected for second stage, top 500 students from NACA, that is National Standard Examination in Astronomy, for example, and they appear for Indian National Astronomy Olympiad (INAO). Now, first stage you paid 200 rupees as participation fee, but if you get selected for the second stage, you are not paying any additional fee. In fact, students are paid travel fee to appear for the exam, and is conducted at 80 centers across the country. It is typically on Saturday, closes 31st January, and its results are announced on 5th March. So this year, for the coming cycle, we have altered this process. The stage 1 and stage 2, which I spoke about, it is combined in a single exam called Indian Olympiad Qualifier in respective subjects. So it will be Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Astronomy, Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Biology, Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Chemistry, Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Physics, then Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Junior Science, and Indian Olympiad Qualifier in Mathematics. So all 6 subjects, they will have this common process for the coming year. This is, so IOQs will be conducted for Mathematics and Junior Science. It will be conducted on 17 January. Astronomy and Chemistry, it will be conducted on 6 February. And Physics and Biology, it will be conducted on 7 February. It is, fee is again 200 as I explained earlier. The enrollment is right now going on at this portal iaptexam.in, and last date for that is 5th December 2020, and the results will be declared on 28th February. We have introduced a state-wise quota for different states to give fair chance to students from all states. This quota is proportional to the student population in that state. So as you can see, you can see your state and decide. The bigger states obviously have bigger quota, and smaller states have smaller quota. Now, when we design these examinations, what we do, how we design the exams. There are many exams which are around. Board exams are there. Then there are many private exams. So how Olympiads are different? First and foremost, obviously, you would know that the official Olympiad program is the only program which takes you to the international Olympiads. There are no other exams which can take you, allow you to participate in international Olympiads. Then, but more than that, we take pride in the fact that our exams are different from other exams. What we mean by different? So the philosophy behind INOS, that is Indian National Olympiads, is the written test should encourage even the weakest students to do better next time. So nobody should go back disappointed that they are not able to solve anything. Give a reason for even the brightest student to study harder. That means nobody should go back with a feeling that they know everything. Give every student something to think about, and yet correctly identify the best of the lot. So what we try to look for is we try to look for understanding of concepts. We try to look at ability to connect different concepts, visualization of some object in 3D space and its evolution in time, logical thinking, interest in astronomy, ability to encounter unfamiliar situations. But we are not looking for JE style problem solving or number crunching skills. We are not looking for speed, and we are not looking for information storage capacity. So the top 50 students who are selected, they come to the orientation come selection camp OCSC. This is a 2 to 3 week camp at HBCSC, uh, held in late April and early May. This includes lectures, tutorials, night sky sessions, observatory visits, and tests. And the top 5 constitute Indian team for. So since I'm involved with Astronomy Olympiad, I will specifically say of top 5 constitute Indian team for International Olympiad for Astronomy and Astrophysics, but it is similar process for other subjects as well. So this is typically the students who participate in the uh, OCSC. And as I said that different years we have been sending teams. We started from 1999. That time there was this old Olympiad called International Astronomy Olympiad. So our first Indian team was in uh, first Indian team which participated in International Olympiad in Astronomy, the IAO, was in 99. There's some photos. 2006 we held International Astronomy Olympiad in Mumbai. This is a photo from that. Then 2007 onwards, there was this new Olympiad, International Olympiad on Astronomy and Astrophysics, IOAA. So this was first held in Thailand, and we started participating in that. That is the main Olympiad now. And I will just show some photos of these. The second one was in Indonesia. The third one was in Tehran. The fourth IOA 2010 was in Beijing. Fifth IOA was in Poland. Sixth was in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Seventh IOA was in Greece, Volos. Eighth IOA was in Suceava, Romania. There is a problem book available based on the problems and solutions of the first 8 editions, first 8 IOAs. Ninth one was in Indonesia again. There, for example, our team got 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals, also the best team trophy. 10th one was in Bhubaneswar in India, in which, for example, so many different countries participated, 43 countries. This was the Indian team participating in that. 11th Olympiad was in Phuket. 12th Olympiad was in Beijing. And last year, 2019, the Olympiad was in Hungary. Future years, the Olympiads for the next years are going to be 2021, it will be in Colombia, 22 Ukraine, 23 Kazakhstan, 24 Belarus, and 25 Russia. So what happens in this international Olympiads? So I will tell again specifically about Astronomy Olympiad. Again, the process for other Olympiads is similar. If you have questions about any other specific Olympiad, we can discuss that as well. So in Astronomy Olympiad, for example, there are 3 rounds. There is something called theory round, which is essentially a problem solving round. Then there is data analysis round, where data from some experiment is given to you and you have to analyze that data to get science out of it. And third one is observation of night sky. So that is and then what they do is after you, each student participates in each of these rounds individually. This they are scored on those rounds, and then after doing the total of the 3 rounds, they take the median score of all the students, and twice the median is considered as 100%, and everybody's scores are scaled as per that scaling. Then anybody getting more than 80% gets gold medal. Between 80 to 65% you get silver medal. 65 to 50% you get bronze medal. That is, if your score is above the median, then you are assured of some medal. And then if your total score is less than median, but you have scored better than median in any of the individual rounds, you get honorable mention and a participant certificate for others. With that criteria, this is how our tally looks in astronomy. We have done reasonably well. Most of the time we get gold medals and silver medals. Less than quarter instances, we have come back with bronze medal or none. So this is a brief information about the Olympiads as such. We will take questions, and let's discuss those questions. So let us take. So first question was by Sriram Sai. What is the fee for the research program? This is not a research program as such. As I explained, this is a competition, and this was school students. So second question is by Vidit Bhandari. He is asking, when do we get centers, as I had registered for Astronomy Olympiad? As I said, last date for registration is extended up to 5th December. Once all registrations are completed, then we will take count how many students are appearing at which city. So if you are in one of the bigger cities, you should not worry. You will get the center within your same city. Only if you are from a very small place and if there are not many students around you who have appeared for this, then it will be uh, in that case we will have to allot some other center, but you will come to know about these centers by 15th December or so. Uh, then third question is reservation applied here as well. So the thing is that here we have state-wise quota, because what we have seen is some cases in some of the years, it has not happened too often, but in some cases uh, we found instances where the activity at some centers was suspicious. That is why in such cases we have taken action, but it is best that each students from each state get a fair chance, and that is why uh, we have state-wise quota. Uh, then the next question is by Parthvi Parekh. Is the difficulty more or comparable to JEE Mains Advanced? For physics and chemistry, the difficulty level I would say is similar to JEE Advanced. Uh, for biology, I would say difficulty level is uh, similar to the NEET exam. Uh, for astronomy and mathematics, there is no good comparison, because these subjects, the mathematics syllabus for Olympiad is very different from the school level mathematics. So I cannot say it is comparable to JEE or something like that. It is a very different syllabus. And similarly, astronomy, there is not much astronomy in your school syllabus. So I cannot really say that it is comparable. Uh, uh, it is comparable to any standard exam, but the focus is on conceptual understanding and not about number crunching. So you expect questions to be difficult. It can't be, you don't expect very standard questions. You don't expect to score 80%, 90% marks. It is very difficult to score 80% in any typical Olympiad. uh, then there was a question: any textbooks recommendations for preparation of for the Maths Olympiad? Uh, okay, there are multiple books written by various resource persons involved in Maths Olympiad. Uh, Earlier, Professor Pranasachar was the in charge of Maths Olympiad. The Professor Venkatachala, uh, Shailesh Shirali, all these people have written books for Olympiad preparation. There are also Russian problem circles of maths. Those books are also quite nice. So there are many books in the market. You will also find them on Amazon. You will find them in bookstores. Just search mathematics Olympiad, maybe names of Pranasachar, Venkatachala, and you will get many recommendations in Amazon. Okay. Next question is, I am currently in grade 10, so the time is clashing with the postponed board exam. So is there a way I can compete in the Olympiads? No, unfortunately, we have to stick to a schedule which will be consummate with the international Olympiads. If we delay our exam, we will not get enough time to select the team and send the names to the international Olympiad. This year in 2020, all the international Olympiads got cancelled because of Corona pandemic, but we hope that by next July, August, things will be better. So the international Olympiads will happen, which means we have to send names to all the respective host countries by May. If we have to send names by May, then we have to conduct the exams in January, and then we have to conduct the selection camps in April. So we cannot adjust the exam schedule just because of some other boards. If you may be aware that India has 43 different educational boards. So if we cannot really keep adjusting for each board's dates, because each board's dates are different. So we have to stay with our schedule. And then there are many students who appear every year, even when they have board exams, class 10th exams, class 12th exams, still they appear for these Olympiads and do well in these Olympiads. uh, okay, next is by Gurdeep Singh. What is the syllabus for the preparation of Olympiad, and how can we prepare in terms of the study material? So syllabus I have mentioned in the uh, beginning. We For the senior Olympiads, typical syllabus is up to class 12th CBSE of the respective subject. So for physics, chemistry, biology, it is class 12th physics, class 12th chemistry, class 12th biology. For junior science, it is for science and mathematics up to class 10th. And for the mathematics, the four areas I have mentioned, which is number theory, combinatorics, uh, Euclidean geometry, and algebra. Astronomy, the syllabus is physics and mathematics up to class 12th, and general interest in astronomy. It is hard to define what is general interest astronomy, but if you are an amateur astronomer, you would typically have some basic idea about astronomy. That will be enough. Next question is by Praneshwar AR. Can I write the Olympiad if I am in grade 12 too? Yes. If you have not completed grade 12, so your exam is yet to happen, you can appear for the Olympiad this year. Uh, if once your exam is completed, you have been declared as grade 12 complete, you have passed the exam. After that, you cannot appear for Olympiad. Uh, then next is by Vidit Bhandari. Uh, He just saying, I hope to meet you again in the camps. Yes, you are most welcome to visit HBCC, even irrespective of Olympiads. Our campus is always open, except now there is Corona pandemic. That is why we are bit restrictive. But before Corona pandemic, we have always been open to any student who wants to come and visit. You can come and see our library as well. We have very good collection of books for school level science and mathematics. Uh, Alia Gupta says, when will the next Olympiad take place? The first stage selection round for the next 2021 cycle is happening in January and February, and the registration for that is till 5th December. So if you want to participate in the 2021 cycle, you have to register at iiptexam.in till 5th December. Uh, So the next question is, yeah, can we get link for registration again? The link is www.iaptexam.in, or I will also type at the end in the chat all the links so that people can write those down. Next question is, due to COVID, how will 20,000 plus kids be able to sit for the exams? Yes, that's a good question. But since recently multiple national level exams did happen, like uh, JE happened for this year, then various other entrance exams, NEET also happened for this year. We we have taken a help of similar professional agency to do this exam properly. We are hoping that the COVID situation would not be much worse than what it is now. So then, in that case, it is possible to conduct the exam. Obviously, if the COVID situation gets much worse than what it is now, then we have to may postpone the exam. But as of now, we are hoping that uh, similar situation will be there, or situation will be slightly probably better, and exams can be conducted with all following all the COVID norms like social distancing and sanitization of all the benches and everything. Then Prachi Khandeparkar is asking, can a student take multiple attempts? Yes, as far as you are eligible as per the age and the class, then you can keep appearing multiple number of years. In fact, there are students who have gone to international Olympiads for twice or thrice, or there are also students who have gone to different international Olympiads in different years. So all these things are possible. Next question is, can I write both? Sorry, I think, yeah. Shai Khanchandani is asking, how difficult will it be for an international curriculum student to participate? See, as I mentioned in one of the earlier questions, India has 43 different educational boards. So I'm not exactly familiar with what is the exact syllabus content for each board. For mentioned, we have said CBSE. What we have seen in all these years is most of the boards teach more or less similar topics. There is differences only in couple of topics here or there. uh, so for any exam board, if you're IGCSE student, or if you are IB student, or if you are from any state board, it doesn't much really make much difference with from CBSE to that other board. This, you have to just compare your syllabus to CBSE syllabus and look at the topics which, by chance, if there's some topics in CBSE which are not in your syllabus, then just look at those topics. It is not that difficult thing. Then next question is, can you elaborate on the maths Olympiad syllabus? Can a grade 10 student take the exam and excel? Yes, in principle, grade 10 student can take exam and excel. I also remember some cases where grade 8 student did the participate in maths Olympiad and went all the way up to international Olympiad. So in grade 8. So grade 10 students certainly can. The syllabus, as I said, these are 4 topics: number theory, combinatorics, Euclidean geometry, and for algebra. These topics are not covered in depth at school level. So typically school level maths is very basic. So you will have to study separately for these. I suggest you take one of the books, as I mentioned earlier. There are many Olympiad, maths Olympiad related books, both Indian and Russian, uh, which you can take and start preparing using those. Uh, Gurdeep Singh asking, please guide for preparation of astronomy in terms of availability of study material, etc. Uh, what I would suggest is, if you are if you're interested in astronomy, you would be reading some popular books, and that would be enough. If you want somebody to mentor you, then the best place to look for is find the local amateur astronomers in your city. Local amateur astronomers would have read astronomy out of their hobby, and they would know it much better than going to a teacher, because teachers mostly have not learned astronomy formally. Very few teachers have done some astronomy in their own uh, graduation or post graduation. So but typically I would trust local amateur astronomers who are good amateur astronomers to do to mentor you much better than a typical school teacher as far as astronomy is concerned. Then next question by Praneshwar AR, what is the best learning strategy? I will tell you what works for me. My best learning strategy is not to worry for exam, not to worry about exam. You should be prepared that even if you are not told that tomorrow is exam for a certain subject, you should be prepared for it. Like, for example, many of you do prepare for mock tests, whichever coaching class you may have been going to, or your school would be arranging different mock tests for boards and things like that. So I would always approach those tests with the subject doesn't matter. I wouldn't even remember what the timetable for the mock test is. I'm prepared for all subjects. I will go in, see which subject question paper appears in front of me. I will answer that. You should not study for the subject. Should not study for the exam. You should study for the love of the subject. That is always the best learning strategy. You will remember things only if you like them. You cannot force yourself to remember things. Somebody Vidit Bhandari asking, where can we find book by you? It is available online for purchase. You can get it at any place. Arya Gupta is asking, will we go to the country ourselves or the team captain? Yes, I did not mention it. So if you see if you remember the photographs which I showed, each year the team is accompanied by team mentors who are professional astronomers or university teachers. So typically the team consists of 5 students and 4 teachers, and all the expenses for all this are covered by Government of India. So Government of India will pay for your travel, will pay for your food and accommodation, everything. So, and the teachers who will be accompanying you will be responsible for your well-being. Then Pereira is asking, I am studying international IGCSE maths. Will I have to go CBSE maths textbooks for scoring well in these exams? Maths Olympiad is very different. So CBSE maths doesn't really help you. So if you're looking for Maths Olympiad, then probably IGCSE maths would be better suited to tackle Maths Olympiad than CBSE maths. I would suggest you look at the topics for this exam, the 4 topics which I mentioned repeatedly, and then you compare it with your school textbooks. Praneshwar is asking, can I write both NSE JS and NSEA? The answer is no. If you are eligible for junior exam, then you should not write the senior Olympiads. So you should appear for NSE JS. Alia Gupta asking, what is the total marks? The answer is it varies. Depending on, so the marks and the time allotted, number of questions, everything is variable. It depends on what kind of questions are asked and how they are to be graded. So typically you would expect 100 marks paper and things like that, but it is not necessarily true for Olympiads. Prachi Khandeparkar is asking, the question papers of the international Olympiads seem easier than the Indian Olympiads. Perception. So yeah, sometimes yes, especially for astronomy Olympiad, I would agree with that. That question papers of the international Olympiads are easier than the selection papers in the Indian selection tests. The reason for that is, again, we try to look for students who are genuinely interested in astronomy and try to learn astronomy at conceptual level, not just are good in some appearing some straightforward question exams. The idea is, even if in a particular year the question suddenly international paper is difficult, our students should still do well. So that is why we try to set slightly more difficult papers than the international Olympiads. Then Sugandha Mahajan is asking, is there any extension or late registration, since a lot of us are busy preparing for SAT on December 5 and might not. Right now, you have to just register. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes. So our last date was actually 27 November, but we have extended because of Diwali vacation. The message did not go to all the schools, so that is why we have extended it to December 5. Further extension is not possible as exam date is fixed on 17 January. So we do need some time to arrange for the centers and send hall tickets to all the students. So extension beyond December 5 is not possible. It is just 10-minute job, which even you don't have to do. You can ask your parents to do it for you. Uh, Relevant books for physics Olympiad. Again, the past national Olympiad papers are available as compilation in form of a book. And if you have done CBSE physics up to class 12, you should not have much problem. Uh, Praneshwar is asking, can I write all the senior Olympiads and still get selected to represent India in more than one? Not in the same. You can appear for all the senior Olympiads in same year, but if you get selected for the third stage, that is the selection camp, in more than one subject, then you have to choose one subject for that year. So you can do, this year I want to appear for astronomy, next year I want to appear for physics. That is possible. That is for the selection camp. For the first stage, obviously you can appear in all the subjects and take your chances. In a given year, we only allow one subject per student. How can one prepare for these Olympiads? Any preparation reference books? I have already answered it a number of times. I will skip that for the time being. Parthvi Parekh, how long does it take to prepare successfully? Again, depends on what you have been doing all these years. If you are reading astronomy on your, in case of astronomy Olympiad, for example, if you have been reading astronomy on your own, and if you are good in physics and maths, it doesn't really require any separate preparation. It is not. We try our best to not select exam-oriented people. We try our best to select people who love the subject. Alia Gupta is asking, can we take family members? You cannot take family members because there are confidentiality procedures involved in when you go to international Olympiads. So your family members have to trust the people chosen by the Indian government as the team coaches, and you have to travel with the team coaches. Shweta Tibrewal, where can we get sample for astronomy Olympiad? I will type the links in a minute or so. You can go to that website and check the links. How many questions does the Maths Olympiad test have? The first round of Maths Olympiad has 30 questions, which you have to answer. You have to give only the final answer. You don't have option MCQs, but you don't have to also give the full method. You have to just write the final answer for these 30 questions. In IGCSE International Mathematics exams, graphical display calculators are allowed. Also, Maths Olympiad doesn't allow any calculators because it is not about calculations. It is about actually conceptually understanding maths. And graphical display calculators are not also allowed in any of the science Olympiads. We allow simple scientific calculators, but not graphical display calculators. Are math exam questions same for all students, junior as well as senior? Is it same paper in maths for all? Yes, it is same paper and same questions. As I said, the syllabus, the Maths Olympiad syllabus is very different from school mathematics. That is why it is for everybody. Do you declare ranking for all appearing students for entrance exam? No, we don't declare. We only declare whether who has qualified and who has not. Sir, can you please repeat the 4 maths topics? Number theory, combinatorics, Euclidean geometry, and algebra. Okay, so I will just type the websites. You can note these down in the chat window. So this is the website of IIPT, and for all the other Olympiad information, you can go to olympiads.hbcsc.tfr.res.in, and here you will get all information, including the previous papers of INO. So you can take a look at those. So I guess there's one more question. Let us see. Are there any award certificates, even those who don't qualify for stage 2 after the opening? So at each stage, people who do well, reasonably well, get some certificates. For example, in the first stage, there are certificates for state top 1% or center top 1%, and so on. For second stage, everybody who scores well will get a merit certificate, and everybody gets a scorecard. Website link is pasted in the uh, chat panel, not in the question answer panel. In the chat panel, it is pasted. So, okay. So I think we have also past paper link you can get at HBCSC website, which I have already written. Uh, oh, sorry, I have not given to all. I will just copy paste these links again. I thought I did. Okay, these are the two links. First, the test will happen offline. In you have to go to the center. It is not online test. So, moderator, can you take over now?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Aniket. It was a very insightful session, and you've answered so many questions with so much details. I'm sure the students have duly benefited out of the same. And yeah, students, please follow the links and other resources put up in the chat box. And I thank you, sir, once again for such a brilliant session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.